Hi everyone. I thought today I'd show you how to make these simple little pillowcases because I'm making 3 of them this morning for my grandson. It's kind of hard to sew for boys, for me anyways. I never know what to make them. And they really like these, and they're so simple to make. You can make them in about 15 minutes. I just made this one, and I'm going to make another one here, and I thought I'd just go through the instructions on how to do it. It's very simple. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, now the first thing we have to do is, I'm going to call this part of the pillowcase the cuff. That's the little section at the top. Now what's something else that you could do to that is you could embroider a name on there, but I'm not going to do that this time. That I cut 10 inches by the width of the material. That's right here, and this looks like it's about 45. And then the bottom part of the pillowcase, I cut this 26.5 inches by the width of the material. Now as you can see on this one that I'm going to make now, this one isn't the 45 inches wide. I don't like that now that they don't make that as wide as they used to, but I guess we got to live with it. So anyway, don't worry that the lengths are different. That isn't really going to matter. This one is Dinosaur, which is my grandson's, my little 4-year-old, his absolute favorite. So I'm going to be getting lots of hugs for this one. And what you want to do is you want to just match that up. Well, first lay this down. Lay this with the good side down next to the table. On this one, it doesn't really matter because it's all black. And then this one, you want the good side down also. And make sure that you have your print facing this way. So when you make this, it comes out right. Just lay that on top there, even there. And like I said, it doesn't matter that that hangs out. And then what you want to do with the rest of this is we're just going to roll this up real quick. Okay, and then I'm going to take the bottom of this, which is still hanging out, I'm going to fold that over and center that right on top, like that. And I'm going to pin that, 2 pins. And we're just going to take that to the serger then. Just make sure all 3 of those. As you can see again, I rolled that up. That's tucked in there. I'm not catching this part of the material, just the very edge of that, of the printed material, and just put some pins in there. Okay, and we'll go run this through the serger. Okay, now I'm sewing this with the overlock 4 stitch. This is my Janome Compalock, and just remember, you know, I pinned that, you can see my pins here, I pinned that pretty close to the edge to hold those, so make sure you pull those out. You don't want to run over a pin with your serger. Most of you probably know that, but sometimes we get some beginners who like to learn how to do this. So I'll just sew this all the way down. And we will finish this up in just a moment. Now here's what you end up with. Looks like a long tube, and you've got everything tucked inside there. As you can see, this is the edge that I serged. Now what you want to do is you want to just reach in here and pull out this tube all the way down. It just pulls out. And see how that just magically makes that nice little cup at the top of your pillowcase. Then the only thing we're going to do is first I'll iron this up a little bit, get it nice and neat. I'm going to match up all my edges and pin them here. And then the last thing I'm going to do after I have this ironed is I'm going to square up this corner now. Remember that one material, the black, was a little bit longer than the print. So what I will do is I'm just going to take this, lay this on there after I have it all nice and ironed, and I'll just cut that off. Okay, and we'll be back in a moment. There's just one more little step I want to show you, and we'll have this all finished. Okay. Okay, I have my pillowcase all ironed. I trimmed off my edge even with my material, the black part, so that's all done. Now I wanted to show you that I did place my pins this time a little farther back so I can just serge and not worry about pulling off pins. Now the last thing I did want to show you is this was the very end of the pillowcase, and I have that serged. And now before I make my final serge down the length of it, I'm going to take this one edge here. I'm going to fold that down just like that. You see that? And then when I serge, I'm going to serge right along there. And that'll just make a really nice corner for you. Just an extra little tip. Okay, now here's what this little corner looks like after it's sewed. So we've got both sides sewed. It's all finished. We'll turn it right side out and show you what it looks like. Okay, here it is, all sewed. Sewed down here. Tucked the little seam, sewed it along there, and now it's all finished. See, that didn't take long at all, did it? Just turn this right side out. Looks as good as any store-bought pillowcase. Oh, my grandson's gonna love this. I'm going down to see him tomorrow, so he's gonna be really excited. Okay, all finished. Give it a try. It's a lot of fun, very easy. Also makes a great gift. A lot of times my daughter will call and say, Mom, can you make a really quick birthday gift for me? This is it. All the kids love them. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.